So my name is Elazar. I'm a full-time student at City College of New York. I also work full-time. So that kind of puts me in a very particular financial situation.
My name is Shira. I'm 29. I just had a birthday a couple weeks ago.
Happy birthday.
I've born and raised in New York. I lived in Israel for 3 years, but otherwise I've been here all my life. Graduated in May of 2014, and I entered grad school the following year.
Okay. So what are you studying?
Corporate communication.
My name is Samir Hamimov. I born in the former Soviet Union Republic, Azerbaijan, Baku. When I was about 18 years old, I moved to Moscow. I lived in Moscow for several years. And then me and my mom, we moved to United States. We lived in the Bronx.
So you've been here how many years?
Almost 22.
I came to New York in 1995, September 1st. I arrived with my family. My husband is Jewish, and we have daughter. And I'm not Jewish, but I love my family. So we arrived here because we arrived without money, without anything. So we had $19 in our pocket.
Do you have any friends or family here, or you arrived with $19 and didn't know anybody?
We still have my husband's older brother. He is very nice. He helped us a lot, but he was about retirement at that time. Now he is almost 80 years old.
I was born and raised in Israel to a ultra-Orthodox family in a little city called Tzfat, which is in the north. So not much of secular education, mostly rabbinical education. So that kind of led me around the world pursuing my rabbinical ordination, really, until about the age of 22.
So you have a full-time job as well as being a full-time student. Tell
Correct.
us about your job.
So I'm a direct care counselor for adults with special needs. I work night shifts and weekends. That's what I do. Yeah, it kind of that kind of clears my days, so I can attend school and do coursework.
When my son was 1 year, I found part-time job in electrical company. It was a Russian company with Russian-speaking boss, with Russian-speaking owner, with Russian-speaking workers. And I started with part-time 2 days in a week, and then I had full-time, 40 hours, and it was very good company. I was working there during 10 years, but in 2008, mostly construction company were collapsed.
I work as a director at a tourism bureau
Oh, okay. Neat.
for Israel. Yeah.
Oh, fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
So do you work full-time and you're a full-time student?
Yeah.
And it sounds
And-
like the only way you could complete or go to graduate school was if you got loans.
Right. I
Yeah.
was not going to do it by taking out a loan where I had to pay a lot of interest.
My daughter is a civil engineer right now, and also I born son. He is Harvard student now. His major is chemistry, and he plays football. So I'm very, very graceful and thankful to America and to Jewish community because of them.
I've volunteered in various communities with the particular shul that I was going to, but I don't see myself as a rabbi professionally. When I moved to New York to really pursue something that was not, I suppose, not the cookie cutter rabbinical thing, with all due respect. So my professional aspiration really is graphic design.
I went to work to home care agency. My friend helped me. I started like billing clerk. And then I changed my job. I went to another home health like administrative person. And finally I grew up with company, and I decided then I can do everything in home care agency from start. And
So is that, you started your own company?
yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us when you got your loan, and what drove your need for the loan? Why did you need a loan?
Right, so I guess the field of study that I went into, it's not like going into the STEM or maybe even education, so the scholarships that are available for graduate students are few and far between. And New York State, you get like TAP and Pell for undergrad, but it's harder to get any financial aid for graduate school. And didn't really have my parents to give me that money. They helped me for my undergrad, but for graduate school, I really wanted to take on that responsibility myself, and I wanted to do it in the smartest way.
First time with the Hebrew bank. I was 5 years already in the country, so I was going to the school, I was working, but then I found some job where I was need the job. I was need the car, so I was thinking where to get the money.
Do you remember how you heard about the Hebrew Free Loan Society?
One of my friends told me it's the Jewish bank, Hebrew bank. They help a lot, and if you need quick money and you need real help, so they give you very quick loan.
Yeah, it was for the tuition. It was the first year I got it 2 separate years. The second year they had upped the amount that they gave to graduate students. So the first amount, I think it was I could have asked for $7,500, but I had asked for $5,000 because my tuition was about $6,000.
I've essentially exhausted my federal financial aid needs for FAFSA. I've basically exhausted it all towards my yeshiva education. So by the time I got to New York, I had zero financial aid, federal financial aid.
U.S. federal.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay.
So that kind of placed me in a weird situation of needing to constantly, almost every semester, needing to garner money to pay my tuition. As a matter of fact, at one point I had to kind of like not attend school. In other words, I had to actually skip a semester off just simply because I had no money to pay for the tuition.
Very slow time, and it was a period when my diagram goes very, very, very down. And unfortunately, you live, you got kids, you gotta pay your loans. Not loans, bills. So, who I can ask for help? Of course, those guys. And they helped me again. And the third time right now, I got in September. Always something happened when you ask these people to help. So, unfortunately, I got the bad accident. And it was a problem with the insurance company to cover up my car. So, big war between me and them till they pay my money. But I gotta work, so what for me it's the fast to fix the car and go back to work. So again, I asked those guys to help me out.
When we decided to open agency, I don't have anything. My friend had a little money. We asked all our friends, all our family members. We went to all banks and took all private loans. Everything, we got everything, and we could start the agency. But we do not have anything to pay for our employees. Started with 3 patients and 2 home attendants for each patient. I started with 6, and I had to pay like 5,000 each week. It was a real problem for me.
And then wait a month to get paid by.
Yes, I went to each bank at Kings Highway. There are like 10 on Kings Highway, and all of them refused me because I never had a big salary. I never had saved money on bank account. They didn't give me a loan. And I decided to try to take small private loan in Hebrew Society.
If there were no Hebrew Free Loan Society, or if you didn't know about them and didn't go to them for a loan, what would have happened?
I think I would not pay on time to my workers. I hope they would stay with me longer, they would trust me, but I just did not want to use this.
would know. I probably would have taken another semester off and maybe take an additional job and kind of make the money.
They said, Yelena, you got the loan. How did you feel?
Oh, I was so happy. Oh, I was so happy. It was exactly what I needed because I trust to my company, to me, to my friend, to those people. I trust and everything will grow.
I would have either put my studies on hold until I had saved up enough money, or I would have taken maybe fewer courses and then drawn out the whole process.
So you would have finished your degree one way or the other a lot later.
Yes. Like also my savings probably would be, nowhere. Like I said, I'm still able to save, and it's not like a credit card where you feel like I have this credit card bill over my head. I know that I owe money to the Hebrew Free Loan, but I don't feel the same burden.
Okay.
So it allowed me to pursue my educational goals that I wouldn't have been able to on my own. At the same time, it allowed me to continue saving money. And they're, I think they have a minimum of like $25 that you have to repay while you're still a student, and then it goes up once you've graduated and you've gotten a position in your field. So it's very reasonable, very doable. I don't feel like a lot of people when, they have a loan and they have to make like $700 a month payments. I just don't have that burden on me. So I feel like I'm able to pursue what I wanted to pursue and not feel overwhelmed by the financial burden.
Education is important, and I do like the idea of keeping a consecutive academic track without needing to take breaks. So yeah, I would say a positive impact.
Okay.
What difference would you say they made in your life and in your employees' life?
I like to work in home care agency, but when I worked for boss, I could not make my own decision. Now my life is totally changed. I am boss by myself and for people whom I liked, mostly.
Okay.
They saved me
Okay.
again. I just tell them like they help me. Like if I'm not mistaken, I took money from them 3 times. Last time like September.
Okay.
So, and
So
I really recommend them to come and ask for help. They definitely will help you out.
Well, I had actually recommended it to someone it was a single mother of 2 boys, so she wasn't sure where she was thinking about, I told her that it's 0 interest loan, and I told her about my personal experience that it was easy to fill out the paperwork and it was fast, and I didn't see what would disqualify her, and it would either have been she also went back to school to become a nurse, but she also has two boys who are in yeshiva. And as a single mother, that can be difficult.
It doesn't matter you Jewish, you Christian, you Muslim, they give to everyone, because I know the guy, he's a Muslim guy, he's my friend from Baku. So, and I tell him like you can go take the money over there because it was a bad time in the family. He's like, but it's Jewish bank, I don't know if they give. I'm like, believe me, they will give you.
So
Nobody helped me except Hebrew Free Loan Society.
I would say that there's a bit of tinkering that would help the process a little bit more. One is perhaps a little bit more of a flexibility when it comes to the monthly payment. Another would be maybe the co-signers. But all in all, I would say that I appreciated the forthcoming attitude and the straightforwardness of the process. Yeah.
If they could have the application online, or maybe having more information like a Q&A on the website if they don't already have that, so that people can go through the process a bit quicker and feel like their questions are answered.
Okay. And that so the online Q&A would be like a live chat kind of thing, or frequently asked questions?
Yeah, frequently asked questions.
Okay.
I remember that there was an office hour issue. I think at the time my academic schedule was kept contradicting with the office hours.
Well, I probably had emailed someone pretty much immediately to know what the process was, because I think there was limited information on the website about that.
Okay.
So I just wanted to see what the process was. But I mean, whoever answered my email initially, they were very prompt and they gave me the same information, or they sent me a packet. It was a little bit old school. So they had sent me the information like in physical, paper form that I could look over.
Okay. And did that answer your questions?
Yes, would have been nice if I could have maybe even just applied through the website. It would have maybe saved time.
Feel comfortable with that, discussing your need for money in an open office environment?
That's a good question. If I had the option for something more intimate, I would, because after all, it's money. Like I said before, personally for me, the prospect of taking a loan, it's not the most thrilling thing to do. So I would have rather a more intimate space for that. No.
If you had this process to do over again, would you seek a loan from the Hebrew Free Loan Society?
Honestly, that's a good question, because while it was very convenient and an expedited option, I'll probably think twice doing so, simply because this is strictly technical. From what I understand, the minimum amount of money that one must pay on a monthly basis is $250, and for someone with a particular salary or income, it's a bit of a good chunk of money taken out on a monthly basis. So I would probably seek other opportunities.
Let's say that with us today had come the board of directors of the Hebrew Free Loan Society, or the executive director, the leadership team there. What would you say to them about your experience with the Hebrew Free Loan Society?
Only thank you. I would say thank you, help me for those 3 times, and they really did a good job. And what else I can say? Just thank you.
How happy am I that I know about this organization.
I would thank them that they just do incredible work and they give opportunities to people that don't have a lot of other options. And I think that, like I said, their statistics, they speak for themselves. People really value the work that they do. And it's not for nothing that they've been around for so long.
How did you feel you were treated by the Hebrew Free Loan Society and its loan officers, or anybody else that you came into contact with during the process?
Well, the person who answered the phone, I would imagine she was the front desk person. She officially forwarded me to the loan agent. She was the loan agent. She was very straightforward. She was very understanding. She was very clear-cut about what is it I need to bring. So I would say very well.
Believe me, they are very good. So they lend you money, but they never treat you like, oh, you are the guy who asked for money for all. No, they treat you like anybody else. So very good.
All in all, it was a good experience. Very straightforward. I didn't feel any sort of looked down upon or anything, or any hindrance of that respect.
No, basically everything was fine. I mean, they're doing very good job. So in both offices, because I was in 2 offices here and here in Brighton Beach and in Manhattan, they're really good. They really do the good job. I mean, the staff, they're working very well.
Yeah, for one, that they understood my situation, and also got the impression that I'm not the first one. Obviously, I wasn't, but I got the impression that they were very much familiar with the situation, and yeah.
Very, very respectful, very patient and attentive. They asked me questions about our plans, our business plans, our issues with getting contract, with a lot of business details. They were very, very useful, and I am happy.
She was very understanding. I felt she knew my situation. She she made me comfortable.
Then people who work there are very professional, very friendful. They are not annoying to ask for million questions. I remember I called every 5 minutes to make sure for something, I just don't remember for what, but the lady who answered me was very friendly and patient.
I mean, did you have a loan officer you were in touch with, or did it just vary as you went through the process?
I had one person that I was speaking to throughout.
Okay. Can you describe to me how she was helpful to you and how she made you feel?
She was just, like I said, prompt with her emails. She answered all my questions, and I never felt like judged or uneasy to ask anything that needed to be asked. So, and she was in person. She was very pleasant to go with.
Very helpful, and I'm in touch with them now. Shlomo Haft sent me emails, and we had a free conference last week. If I have some difficulties in my business, I do not have real difficulties, but I had questions, and he was very welcome to me to come to ask my question. We discussed my questions. It was last Thursday, I think.
I felt like it wasn't a grueling process. It was like really, really simple. They made it very comfortable for me. It's not the most comfortable thing to have to take out a loan, but they did it with respect, and the process was pretty seamless. And I felt like good that I had a way to, pursue something that I otherwise wouldn't be able to pursue.
I feel that in the Hebrew Freelance Society, like I said, because there's a commonality, it's a Jewish organization. I felt more comfortable there, whereas in a bank, in a financial bank, in a municipal credit union, I would imagine there's so many people applying, so there's the applicant and person who assists the person, that there isn't much interaction. It's very, how would I say, business orientated. Yeah, I would when I apply for a loan, I would hope that the person would be forthcoming and understanding, and I didn't get that in the municipal credit union. It was just a bank, so I would imagine they won't be as warm.
I am so happy you called me there, and I have an opportunity to tell this, because it was smooth process to apply, easy process to receive money, and now no problems at all, and a huge help.